So hello and welcome people back to Let's Play Jackie Chan Adventures on the PlayStation 2. Gotta make that distinction because there is also a GBA version of this, which is a beat 'em up.
True fans of the show would have the cereal box PC CD tie-in also.
Oh, PC CD things that you would get in the cereal boxes.
Yep, the greatest games of our generation.
Something that nobody will miss.
Nowadays they're just like online flash games, but you know. Or not flash games, I guess.
Oh, and here is one of my favorite things.
Very nice to meet you!
About this series.
Nice to meet you too. I take it from your outfit that you'd like to fish?
That is correct. Very astute of you. I'm an adventurer much like yourself, I travel the world looking for the best locations to run my fishing business. It's really popular. You should visit my shop and try it.
And dressing up in stereotype outfits.
I guess I could try it sometime.
Yes, exactly. Racism.
Good. Sadly, I haven't found anywhere suitable for my business here. Only the best places qualify.
This is like two types of racism.
I see.
I tell you what, fellow traveler, I love adventure stories, but I'm terribly forgetful. I always need to write everything down in my little red book. How about I make a note of you in my journal? Would you like that? Okay, let me just get it all down. It won't take long.
So he serves as a save system next to our automatic save.
How often does it automatic save, though?
Very often. So you practically don't need him, but it's one of those cases of, oh, I need to leave. But also he doesn't have to appear very often, and is more of an indication that, oh, you've entered a new location, or you're about to face a boss.
Ah, I got it.
So it's nice for that. And also...
instead of objectives, it should say one more thing.
Exactly.
Missed
actually, this that's one of the things that I kind of appreciate, and I kind of wish I both appreciate and I kind of wish they did it the other way around. This game does not have really many tutorials, and I wish I kind of wish that it had the tutorials done with like Navi version of Uncle going one more thing. Every time
your cell phone rings and Uncle says, "One more thing, Jackie." Exactly.
But no, they're very nice about that, and you just mostly things in the environment or like a little pop-up at the bottom of the screen.
This yeah, the shading actually probably took some work to get right. You know, like
yeah, especially since PS2 didn't actually have built-in cell shading like the GameCube did. So they had to get a little bit more, they probably had to get a little bit more creative with this. But yeah, this is one of those puzzles, non-puzzles. You have to put them all back to form the faces that will open the different doors. But there is also a gigantic outline on where to put it. So it's very easy to guess.
Well, also, like, all of them, you're just pushing them in the same direction. It's not like one of them you gotta push around the whole thing or something, you know?
No, exactly.
Which would be at least somewhat more of a puzzle. But
you know, this is a tutorial, so...
yeah. Plus, it just looks nice.
It is nicely put together that you only see the picture from a little bit further away.
Fun
and
fact
you gotta
about
activate
Jackie
all
Chan
of those by
adventures.
wall crawling on top of them, and that will open our wall jumpy thing. And this time I'll properly demonstrate how the wall jumping works.
Well, it seems like the first
so long as you hold direction, you won't fail. Oh, and by the way, if you see some weird noise on the on the flat colors, it's in the game itself. It's not my recording. Even though this game uses cell shading and like flat colors, it still has that nasty grainy effect that a lot of PS2 games have.
Well, I was going to say it actually seems. I would guess that would be more likely because you've got you've got a lot of graphical effects going on, you know.
That is true, but that sort of thing mostly appears because the PS2 can't create all of the colors in between. Whereas in this case, there aren't that many colors.
Well, as we all know, the only colors you need for video games are gray, brown, and black and white.
Oh, hi! I didn't know the temple was open to tourists.
I'm no tourist, Mr. Chan. I represent a very wealthy employer who will be more than willing to pay for the talisman you've just collected.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
Who I am is not important. What is important is that you give me the talisman.
You are mistaken. I'm just here on holiday, sightseeing. Mustache, see you later.
Not so fast. Give me the talisman.
I don't want any trouble.
Too bad.
So yeah, now we've gotten our first talisman. This is speed. It basically breaks the game.
Yeah, it would.
Because it is like, as you see, it pretty much speeds up all of our animations.
You've won this round, Chan. But I'll be back.
Uncle, I found something. It looks like some sort of talisman. I'll bring it back right away.
Wait. Uncle's friends say there are 3 important artifacts in Mexico. Keep looking until you have them all.
Okay, but I'm not the only one here. There are others trying to find them.
You must move quickly. These people are very dangerous.
No kidding.
Let me tell you about how
Uncle's
he was
very
holding a cell
informed.
phone. He was totally holding a cell phone there.
It was a cell phone.
No, but the cell phone was... He was, like, moving back and forth his whole...
Yeah, and the cell phone was locked into one space.
Yeah.
It also bothered me. But yeah, magic is super plentiful, so you can use your magical talismans whenever you feel like it. And this one's particularly nice for, well, really anything.
If you're trying to go from place to place, you're beating people up. Yeah.
I didn't explain why triangle, triangle, triangle is the best combo. Basically, in this game you don't auto-phase the enemies, and most of the other combos are designed to be like to hit like a target that's right in front of you. You do have a targeting feature, but it's not very great. It's not very reliable, and you have to be in very close vicinity to your enemy for it to actually trigger properly. So just don't bother using it and spam triangle, triangle, triangle. You will hit everything around you with the third kick, and the third kick pretty much kills any enemy that isn't one of the beefed up ones that you
Even if you haven't hit them before? Even if you haven't hit them before?
Yes. You may argue that that makes all of the other kicks in the combo kind of pointless, and you would be completely right. I mean, they are useful against the other enemy types that have a bit more HP, but honestly, the combat's so easy you don't really notice anything. Like, you don't really need anything resembling strategy.
So where's the game where you play as Jade and you just cheat all of your classmates out of their homework, basically?
I don't know if they made that one yet. Although, you know, they are going to reboot Jackie Chan Adventures, so maybe we will get that.
For the next generation.
Yes. It's gonna collect more magic to spam the bosses that appear next, and I use the term bosses very lightly.
Are there not a lot of bosses?
Again.
Oh yeah,
Who's your friend?
these guys.
My name is Chow, and I don't have any friends. Actually, that came out wrong. I do have friends, they're just not here. Finn's just a colleague. Anyway, the point is I'm not your friend.
So glad we got that cleared up.
You
Are
won't
these
be
the
so
original
easily
voice
this time.
actors?
Make it easy on yourself.
I don't want to fight you.
I'm sure
Actually,
you
yes.
don't.
All of the voice actors that appear in this game have actually voiced the characters in the show.
I couldn't tell if
And
it
by
was
the
just.
way, all of your hits registered. All of your hits register so long as they make that that flash that appears, and they make the sound effect. So, for example, this one I can no longer hit. That means he's dead and he's not gonna get out. But for this one, it seems that all of the hits are
Don't
registering.
think you've won, Chan. This is still not over.
I feel like if you
We'll see
knew
you
you're gonna be
again
fighting
real
people,
soon.
Uncle,
you'd wear
I found
different
another
clothes.
talisman.
Very good, Jackie. One more to go.
Yeah. So we collected multiple talismans, and now we can. Thankfully, we don't have to go into the menu in order to change what talisman we're gonna be using. We can do that with the D-pad, up and down. Although I kind of wish that they made sort of like a quick select system, because you do eventually get 12 talismans, and only like 3 of them you're gonna be using like more often than the other ones. The other ones are just sort of for specific puzzles, and certain ones you just never use because there is no point.
So yeah, the typical response to that in games is to have a button to switch quickly back and forth between the one you have right now and the one you had before.
Yeah, but thankfully it's not the case of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban for the PlayStation 2, where each one of your characters is set up with 2 moves, and for the most part you always want to have the same setup except for when you're doing puzzles, and when that happens, it's always like you have to spend like good 5 seconds on the menu because loading, which was very, very, very aggravating.
What can I say? The developers just didn't care as much about Harry Potter as they do about Jackie Chan.
I mean, that game was still good, it's just that that aspect was rather annoying. And I'm saying this as somebody who's played literally every incarnation of that game. I am that crazy. But yeah, we have the Rooster Talisman. It allows us to double jump. It's very helpful, but not necessary for most of the puzzles. You can actually make most of the jumps if you're perfect.
I feel
But
like
I'm not.
someone should tell the person who wrote this show that chickens can't fly. Or even
They can
levitate
jump.
very well.
You're in for it now, Chan. Ratso will make sure of that.
Fatso?
Ratso, not fatso. And I'm just big boned.
Oh, sorry. Anyway, it was
He
nice
looks
seeing
like
you
a
guys, but
Frankenstein
I really
in
must
this.
be leaving.
You're not going anywhere until we have the talismans.
Well, he kind of always did.
Yeah, but not everything makes as graceful a transition into a 3D model, and that's just Frankenstein.
Oh, you still have not seen the biggest nightmares that this game has to offer, because while Jackie's model is very nicely animated and like nicely done and what have you, the same cannot be said about pretty much anyone else's model and animation.
Well, I was, as I was saying earlier, like, Jackie Chan in the show, looked like a cartoonized version of a picture of himself, but everyone else looks like a full-blown cartoon character.
That is true.
This won't be the last you see of us.
Cool.
With
You guys
super
are good
exaggerated
target
everything.
practice.
Yeah, like gigantic eyes, small body.
Yeah, and just weird proportions in general.
And then normal person.
Yep.
Uncle, I've searched the whole temple but have found only 2 talismans. Are you sure there are 3 here?
Uncle is very sure. Try asking around a nearby village. One more thing. You must move quickly. You cannot let the talisman fall into the wrong hands.
I'm on it.
I want you to follow Chan. Watch him closely. He could cause a lot of trouble for us.